There is a lie you have been telling yourself. Not a malicious lie. Not one you chose deliberately. But a lie so comfortable, so deeply familiar, that you have built your entire life around it. The lie is this, that you have time. Time to pursue that dream, later. Time to have that difficult conversation, next week. Time to begin the life you actually want to live, after things settle down. After the promotion. After the kids grow up. After retirement. Seneca, writing 2,000 years ago, saw this with devastating clarity. And he had no patience for it. It is not that we have a short time to live, he wrote, but that we waste a great deal of it. Read that again. Not that life is short, but that we waste it. This is not a consolation. This is an accusation. Seneca was a senator, a playwright, a philosopher, and one of the wealthiest men in Rome. He had every reason to be busy, distracted, important. And yet he wrote on the shortness of life as a kind of intervention, for his friend Paulinus, yes, but really for all of us. His argument is precise and devastating. You complain that life is short. Then tell me, how much of your life have you actually lived? How many years have you handed over to anxiety, lying awake at night, rehearsing disasters that never came? How many hours have you sacrificed on the altar of other people's opinions, arranging yourself to be agreeable, acceptable, impressive? How many mornings have you moved through on automatic, processing the obligations of the day without once asking what the day was for? Life is long enough, Seneca argues, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements, if it were all well invested. Well invested. Two words that should stop you cold. Think of money. You understand instinctively that a fortune squandered is not the same as a fortune never had. If someone gave you $10,000 and you spent it on things you can no longer remember, you would not say you were poor. You would say you wasted it. Seneca wants you to apply the same logic to time. We are not given a short life, he writes, but we make it short. And we are not ill-supplied but wasteful of it. What does that waste look like? It looks like the endless accumulation of busyness, filling every hour with motion that produces nothing meaningful. It looks like the subordination of your own life to the demands of the crowd, doing what is expected, living as you are told, never once asking whether this is the life you would choose if you were choosing freely. It looks like postponement. This is Seneca's deepest concern, the man who says, I will begin to live after this. After the campaign ends. After I've saved enough. After I retire. After. Everyone hurries his life on, Seneca observes, and suffers from a yearning for the future and a weariness of the present. Weariness of the present. Think about that. The only time that exists, the only time you will ever actually inhabit, is the present moment. And we are weary of it. We are in a hurry to get through it. Where, exactly, do we think we are going? Seneca identifies specific ways we surrender our time, patterns so familiar you will recognize them immediately. There are those who give their time to ambition. They climb. They maneuver. They sacrifice decades in pursuit of a position that, once reached, requires them to sacrifice more decades defending it. By the time they look up, the life they were going to live has already concluded. There are those who give their time to pleasure, not the deep pleasure of a life genuinely enjoyed, but the restless seeking of one stimulation after another. Never quite satisfied. Always needing more. Never arriving at contentment. There are those who give their time to accumulation, gathering wealth they do not use, property they do not inhabit, status they do not actually want, for an audience whose approval they secretly do not respect. And there are those who give their time to others, not in the generous sense of genuine service, but in the corrosive sense of constant availability. The person who can never say no. Whose calendar belongs entirely to other people's agendas. Who has made themselves so useful to everyone else that they have nothing left for themselves. Men are thrifty in guarding their private property, Seneca writes, but as soon as it comes to squandering time they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Right to be stingy. Seneca is not asking you to be selfish in the ordinary sense. He is asking you to recognize that your time, your actual, finite, irreplaceable time, is the only thing that is truly yours. Everything else can be replaced. Money can be earned again. Relationships can be rebuilt. Reputation can be restored. But the hours you have spent, they are gone. They will not return. This is what makes on the shortness of life so confronting. Seneca is not describing other people. He is describing you, reading this now, with a list of things you are going to get to eventually. With a version of your life you have been meaning to start living. With a conversation you have been putting off, a project you have been postponing, a truth you have been avoiding. He is writing to you across 2,000 years, and his message is uncomfortably simple. Stop waiting. Not because death is near, though it is always nearer than we admit. But because the life you are postponing is not less real for being in the future. It is, in fact, more unreal, because it exists only in your imagination. While the present moment, the only moment you actually have, is slipping past you right now. While we are postponing, Seneca writes, life speeds by. Feel that. Not as a threat. As a fact. Life is speeding by. Not in some vague, philosophical sense. Right now. Today. This hour. This is the first of 8 meditations, drawn from one of the most urgent texts in the history of philosophy. In the episodes ahead, we will go deeper into Seneca's argument. We will look at who he considers to have actually lived, and why, and who he considers to have merely existed. We will examine his prescription, not for a life of idleness, but for a life of intention. A life where you know, clearly and consciously, what your time is for. But for now, just this. You think you have time. Seneca is not so sure. And neither, if you are honest, are you. Omnia, Lucili, aliena sunt, tempus tantum nostrum est. Everything, Lucilius, belongs to others. Time alone is ours. End of episode 1. That was episode 1 of our Seneca series, on the shortness of life. 2,000 years ago, a man who had everything sat down and wrote about the one thing we all lose without noticing, time. In episode 2, we go deeper, into who Seneca calls the truly busy man, and why busyness is not the same as living. Subscribe to StoicForge so you don't miss it. Like this video if Seneca made you think. This is StoicForge. Ancient wisdom. Modern edge.